Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next-level tactics. From off-site and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
Welcome back to another episode of the SEO.co podcast. Today we're going to kick off a new series on Google Ads suspensions and a how-to guide for fixing suspended Google Ads accounts. It's an email no Google Ads user ever wants to receive, the dreaded "your account has been suspended" alert message. It's understandable to, freak out a little bit if your Google Ads account has been suspended, particularly if the reason for the suspension is a violation you weren't aware you'd committed. Quite simply, your Google ad campaigns may play a major role in your business's success. Your own finances may therefore be in jeopardy if your account is suspended. Fortunately, except in some specific instances, suspension of a Google Ads account isn't necessarily permanent. There are various ways you can restore your account if it's been suspended. This guide will explain them, helping you better understand what you can do to get your Google Ads account back up and running fast. Although the primary focus of this guide will be on the steps you can take to remedy the problem if your Google Ads account has been suspended, naturally, your main goal is likely to prevent your account from being suspended in the first place. To minimize the chances that your Google Ads account will ever be suspended for any reason, carefully review Google's applicable ad policies and terms and conditions. Also remember that Google routinely updates certain policies, and you may want to regularly check them for any changes that may have been recently made. Reviewing the relevant policies can also potentially help you determine the root of the issue if your account has been suspended, but you're not entirely certain why. While the email Google sends informing you that your account has been suspended will typically cite the reason, sometimes it's still not precisely clear how Google justified suspending your account. The reasons Google email may provide when explaining why your account was suspended are based on generic error codes, typically produced by artificial intelligence and machine learning engines, that may not be specific enough for you to thoroughly understand the nature of the issue. Be aware that it's possible your account was suspended through no fault of your own. For instance, someone could have hacked your account or site. If after doing so, they engaged in any behavior that violates Google's ad policies, you may be the one paying the price. So here's some common reasons a Google Ads account may be suspended. First, malicious or dangerous software. Google's ad policies are designed to protect users. Thus, if you're running ads that direct users to sites infected with malware or other dangerous software, your account may be suspended to prevent users from clicking on your ads. Take immediate action if you have reason to believe a hacker added malware or unwanted software to your site. The presence of harmful malware or software won't merely result in your Google Ads account being suspended. It can also threaten your data, any existing content on your site, and more. Next up, counterfeiting. Even if you didn't intend to, you could have accidentally engaged in behavior that qualifies as counterfeiting, according to Google's policies, triggering an account suspension. For example, if you're using your Google Ads account to market products that are extremely similar to others, you may need to either modify your ads or the products themselves to indicate you're not violating any trademarks. Sometimes, when a user markets products that are virtually indistinguishable from others, Google interprets their products as being counterfeit when they may not actually be. Next, violating the law. Google's own policies aren't the only rules you need to keep in mind when running ads. It's also important to familiarize yourself with the laws of the areas in which you plan to advertise. Sometimes, the laws regarding what you can and can't advertise may be surprising. For example, in the UK, it's illegal to advertise paternity tests. This is an easy law to break if you're unaware of it. While you may assume you're not doing anything illegal with your ads account, the possibility of breaking the law without meaning to is one you should consider. Protect yourself by taking the time to research these issues before planning and launching campaigns. Next up, unauthorized account access. You're not always being punished when Google suspends your ads account. There are instances when an ad account may be suspended in order to protect you in the long run. Specifically, if Google detects an unauthorized user trying to access your account, it may automatically be suspended to prevent a hacker from causing any damage. In the next episode, we're going to talk about recovering a suspended Google Ads account and what you'll need to know. The reason your account was suspended will to some degree affect what you need to do about the issue. Google's policies make a distinction between regular violations and, quote, egregious violations. You don't want your account suspended because a violation was deemed egregious. Generally, while it's possible to recover an account that was suspended due to a normal violation, if you're found guilty of an egregious violation, Google usually won't let you recover your account. Your best bet in these circumstances is to contact Google and, truthfully of course, show that the violation you've been accused of was the work of a hacker. Even so, you can't be entirely sure Google's team will take your side. In the case of typical violations, though, you can restore your account in several ways. Keep in mind, this isn't a problem with a one-size-fits-all solution. The proper way to restore an account will depend on the reason it was suspended in the first place. And make sure to join us next episode as we dive right into those reasons. Thanks again for listening to the SEO.co podcast, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.